It's Kim here from the TSS. In today's video, we're going to have a look at the camera modes in a little bit more detail. So I've got my time slip selected here on the time slip entry screen. Press simulate. So here we are in the race replay or simulation mode. So there are a number of cameras that you can switch between when you're using the TSS. So I'm just going to quickly go through them. I'm just going to go down track a little bit. Press play. Let's get to the 330. We'll pause here. Okay. So at the moment, I'm in point of view camera mode 1. And what that means is it's from the driver's point of view. If you left click anywhere on the screen and hold down the left mouse button, you can look around. So looking around here. And if I right click, what it'll do is snap to look at my opponent as if I was doing a head check. So just looking over my shoulder, looking where my opponent is. Let's actually play that. Stop it. Resume, stop. Let's play it again and we'll sort of keep the finish line in view here, and I'm just going to keep doing a head check, looking for my opponent. So that is point of view 1. Let's turn the mirror on. So we've got a rear view mirror. So press play again. So now we can watch the race in the rear view mirror as well as doing our head check like that, as you can see. We'll change to the, you can also change lanes at any time during a race. So if I just press play and then while we're going, just turn to the right lane here, I can switch backwards and forwards between the lanes in the camera modes. So let's look at point of view 2, which is very similar to point of view 1, but it has one difference. So I'll turn the mirror off. So now we're in the quicker vehicle. Point of view 2. Same left button functionality, so click and hold left mouse button, look around. But in this instance, when you click the right mouse button, it looks at 90 degrees. So maybe you're a 90-degree racer where you're at the start line, you look across at your opponent, and here our roll bar is against their, in their rear quarter sort of thing bit here. So we're using that as our reference point. We want to be in front of that point, for example. So if I play the race from here, and I'm just going to use this, so I'm slightly looking at my opponent here, and then I'm just using the 90-degree camera to see where I am against my opponent. Obviously, the other thing you can do is during the race, I'm just playing it again here, so let's just slow it down. So let's get a bit closer to our opponent. Let's slow it down, and now we can use our 90-degree camera here. I'm just clicking the right mouse button to look across at our opponent. So you can use these camera angles to get a good feel and analyze the race. Great for track position and trying to work out, when you're analyzing your time slips, trying to work out, when you were going to catch your opponent, how far in front you were, all those types of things. So, excuse me. So the next camera angle that we have is sideways. This purely locks on sideways, so it just looks sideways the whole time. So there's no other functionality here. Just look sideways until we get them into the sideways view there. We have watch opponent, probably best from the right lane in this instance. Turn the mirror back on. So what this one does is it just locks on to your opponent and just watches them the whole time. So as I said, the camera is pointing straight at your opponent. Look down. This is really handy for analyzing your races, particularly when the track markers are turned on, which we'll do in a future video. But this just gives you like a helicopter view of the race. I can also use the scroll wheel on your mouse to scroll in and out. Actually, you can do that for most camera modes, except for the next one, which is the TV mode. So I'll change the left lane here. So the TV camera mode is, it's as if you're on TV. It's just going to focus on the left lane in this instance. So you can see it's just watching the left lane until they get to the finish line. If I go back to point of view 1 and I look at my opponent here, for example, I can actually use the zoom feature. So you can use the buttons here. So I can zoom in and zoom out. And now I'm using the scroll wheel on my mouse to do the same thing. So I just press play, scroll in, and I can get a a zoomed in view of the race. Stop that there, scroll out a bit here. Now there are a bunch of keyboard commands that you can use to control the cameras. So let me just go through them. So what have we got? Okay, so point of view camera mode, you can press 1 on the keyboard, and then 2 for point of view 2. See, I just changed that then. And 3 is sideways, 4 is watch opponent, 5 is look down, and 6 is TV mode. Press 1 to go back. I can use M to turn the mirror on and off. So M to turn the mirror on, mirror off. I can also use V and C. So V moves forwards through the cameras. So I'm just moving forwards, and C to move backwards through the cameras. And you can also use plus and minus keys to zoom in and out on your zoom the cameras in and out using the plus and minus keys. And I think you can do that also on the numerical keys too, so the numpad as well. So yeah, that is the cameras in a nutshell. Now, it's real. The cameras are one portion of the ability to analyze your runs. In the next few videos, we're going to look at things like pausing, the auto pause feature, the track markers, and where it all comes into its own is when you start using all of these features together. So we're going to go through each of these features in detail, and then we're going to bring it all together so you can analyze your races and do some more advanced features like using the TSS as a training tool. Okay, see you in the next video.